Hey YouTube, alright, I'm back. Here's the repair. Things didn't go as well as I was expecting when I went and put these two pieces of wood together, the headstock and the neck, or whatever I'm doing, whatever they're called. When I went and put them together, they kept on sliding. These two pieces did not stay together at all. The glue is supposed to be tacky and it's supposed to dry within a short amount of time. Yes, it's got 20 minutes repositioning, but I wasn't really too happy. Hopefully the glue holds. If it holds, that's the most important thing. But I wasn't happy with the how well it gripped. You really need to find a wood glue that will dry in about 2 minutes. I know that's really cutting it short, but 2 minutes. I was able to hold this thing with my fingers for a couple minutes. After that, I ran into lots of trouble, lots of problems. Fingers stressed, wood sliding back and forth. Let me zoom in. You can see the it's a pretty smooth finish. I haven't done any sanding yet. It's definitely smooth, running my nail across it, and no gouges, no bumps. But like I said, this top piece, when I would put it together, kept on sliding down, sliding sideways. I ended up drilling 2 holes and putting some screws in there. You can see the, let's see, let me zoom in again. We'll zoom out. What do I need to do? I ended up putting 2 screws in there, and the problem with that is that when I tightened down the screws, the pieces of wood kept on sliding and slipping, and then I drilled a hole over here where I just put a 3rd screw in, a big wood screw, trying to hold this thing, and it didn't work. Nothing worked. When I would put, let me get this clamp in here. Let me zoom out so you can see the clamp again. When I put the clamp on to hold the top and the bottom together, the 2 pieces of wood kept on sliding back and forth. Huge problem. Otherwise, this would have been a really simple repair. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of wasting video time, because this thing's going on forever, I'm going to remove those 2 screws right now. I'm not going to sand anything down. There's a little bit of dirt over there. But I'm going to take out the 2 screws, and then I'm going to put the tuning keys back in. You don't really need to watch that on video. Maybe I'll just show a few seconds of it. And then I'm going to put some strings on here. And then I'm going to zoom in, and hopefully this holds and it doesn't break. If it breaks, you're going to see it live on video. And that's it. I'm going to shut this off now and do as I said, clean up this, try to clean this up a little bit. It's a fairly good repair. Everything's pretty much smooth. It's a little messy up on top where the wood chipped, and it does need to be sanded down over there. It needs to be sanded to get rid of the glue mess that I got on there. And as long as the strings hold, then I'll take the strings and the headstock, the tuning pegs, tuning things back off, and sand it down, stain it the right way, and put on some strings and finish it off. But I don't want to do that yet till I know that this thing's not going to crack in half. Alright, that's it. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I said I wasn't going to come back until I finish this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using some steel wool. You don't really need to see this, but I'm going to... Is this showing up on the video? Yeah, I'm going to use some steel wool and try to clean this up a little bit. Let's see what it does. I don't even know if it's going to work. This is really hard glue. Okay, so obviously that's not going to work at all. Let me go get some sandpaper. Got some sandpaper, and let's see what happens when I do a little bit of sanding on this thing. Yeah, it's going to help a little. I just want to get the glue away from the holes where the tuning pegs are going to have to fit in there. And overall, you know, it's pretty impressive. As I rub my nail across that, there's really just the separation of the glue. I can feel the wood. I'm really worried this is going to separate because there is a little gap that my nail fits in. But all right, so I've got everything sanded down. Sanded down good enough. I'm going to take these screws out now. Shut off the video, take off the screws, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Let me zoom in a little bit if I can. Okay. It's a good thing I turned this thing off, because it probably took me about 20 minutes to get out those two screws, because they had glue in the cross of the Phillips piece, so I couldn't get the screwdriver in there. I had to use that yellow knife over there to clean the glue out of the screw heads. And then the glue had gone all the way down the screw holes, so there's glue on the nut, glue on the screw, glue on the holes. The glue is definitely strong, no doubt about that. I don't know if it's going to hold up to the tension of the strings, but I'm going to put the tuning pegs in now, and after that I'll start putting some strings on there, and you can watch as I tighten everything, and we'll see if it breaks or not. Okay, what I'm doing now is I've put the tuning pegs into the holes, and just to make the video look complete, I'm going to let you watch me put a couple screws into the thing from the back. Hold on while I do that. And make sure when you do a job like this that you put all your parts in a safe place so you don't lose screws or washers, or you don't want to lose your nuts, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to, like I said, I put the pegs in the hole, nuts on the other side. You'll see that in a minute, not that it matters. You probably can't see it, but like I said in the first video, and it probably didn't matter, I numbered these 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 so I could put them back exactly where they came from. And I'm sure everything's the same, all the holes are the same, so that doesn't matter, but less things to have to worry about. Why isn't it going in or fitting? So I'm going to put in the last screw, and then I'm going to turn it over and show you the other side of it. I'm going to have to get a nut driver to, well, it doesn't want to go in. Great. Hope that hole doesn't have glue in it. Hold on a second. Yeah, my luck. That hole's got glue in it. Okay, that's not a good thing. I'm going to see if I can use a little pressure to get this to fit, to go in there. To screw in anyway. So this is definitely hard glue, and I don't want to ruin the screw. Now that's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to shut off the video, clean the glue out of that screw hole, and then I'll come back. Alright, we're back to recording. You can see now I've got the 6 tuning pegs in the holes. If you look at the first two over here, that's where the wood's not really even, and I didn't want to tighten down too tight and bend the washers, but this area is going to have to be built up a little bit with something. If this works, if the strings don't break. So my main interest now is getting the strings on, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to put in the pegs into the saddle, and I'm going to get some strings on there, and I'm going to kind of wind them into the tuning pegs a little bit, and then I'll keep the camera on there as I start tightening things up so we can both watch it either break or not break. Okay, let me show you where I'm at. What I did now is I put the saddle back in the bridge, that little white thing over there. I marked it before I took it off so I wouldn't forget which direction it went in. And what I'm doing now is I've got 6. I'm using a set of strings that I really don't care about. They're number 9 electric guitar Super Slinky Ernie balls. Put the strings in there, got the pegs in there, in the bridge, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all 6 strings and wrap them around the tuning pegs, and then I'm going to slowly tighten each one after the other, just a little bit at a time, so I can have equal pressure on the neck. hoping that I don't put too much pressure on one side and snap the brake. But we'll find out in a minute. I'm going to go put the strings in now, and I'll be back to continue the remainder of this video. Alright, I'm back. Let's see, let me try to turn this a little bit. You can hopefully see that the strings are on the guitar. They are not tight at all. There's very little tension on the neck right now. The guitar came with number 12 strings, and I'm using number 9 electric guitar strings, much less tension. Plus I've got a brand new set, so I don't really care if I end up throwing these in the trash. They're a spare set, and if they work, there won't be a lot of tension on the neck, and I will know that everything works. And if they don't work, then at least when the strings and the neck and everything goes to hell, it won't all crash in my face and hurt me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in for you on the neck, on where the repair was. And hopefully that's going to stay in view. I've got my electronic tuner. I'm going to set that up right now, and you can watch the fun as you hear the ding, 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 ding as I tune this thing up. And if it works, you're going to hear it, and if it doesn't, you're going to see the break happen live. So here we go. There's the tuner. There's the tuner. All right. Let's go with the thickest string, number 6. I want to try to do this evenly so everything doesn't crash. Ooh. Heard a little noise of the string, but that was the string seating on the bridge, not the wood cracking, at least not yet. I'm going to go really slow doing this. I'm on the 3rd string, and it shows it's tuned to the 4th. Heard another crack. I thought it was the guitar, but it was the garage making some noise. Pretty scary here, knowing that this whole thing could crash into my face at any minute. And now there's a long way to go, but I'm going really slow on this. Oh, that was another pop. That was the string seating into the peg. So, wow. Or did it break? Did something just break? No, it's the string stretching, I guess. Okay, maybe I didn't seat these strings properly in the pegs. Haven't used number 9 slinkies in a long time. Not used to the feel of the sound when I'm tuning it up. Plus, I'm a little bit nervous this whole thing's going to crash in my face at any minute. Let me go check the camera, make sure you guys can still see something. Yeah, okay, you can see something. Not much, but you can see. Right, back in to tune this thing again. That sounds like it's getting closer. I will let you know that I went out that night and bought another guitar. I really didn't want to not be without one of these things. Bought it online, had it 2 days later, and and I love it. And then the next day I got some bad news. I'm not going to say what it is right now. I got some bad news, and okay, we're getting closer. 6th string is taking forever. Oh, we're getting really close. Okay, let's go to the 4th string. No, it hasn't broken yet. This thing is almost in tune. It's going to sound like crap with number 9s on it, I know that. Okay, let's see where we're at. On the 6th string, shows that I'm over-tuned. Okay, the 6th string is tuned. 5th string is tuned. Still no breaking. Fourth string is tuned. 5th has lost it a little bit. 5th is tuned. 6 is way down now. A lot of stretching on the strings. Let's go to the 3rd. This is where I'm getting worried that it's going to crack, if it's going to crack at all. Okay, 3rd string is tuned. 4th, almost. 5th, yes. 6th, good. Okay, now we're going to get almost full tension on this. Not number 12 string, but... Okay, 5 out of the 6 strings are tuned. Why is that not tuned? All right, I'm going to shut off the video. We'll be back in a minute. Well, no, I want to keep the video rolling in case it cracks. That's right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 3. Okay, now we're getting there. First string tuned. Yeah, these strings are stretching really bad. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there you have it. The guitar is in tune. Let me shut off the video. Alright people, this is the repair. I'm hoping you can see part of the guitar. I don't know what you can see on this thing, but I just put the strings on. As I said, they're number 9 electric instead of number 12 acoustic. And it's probably already out of tune, but let's see. The neck seems to be holding. Hopefully that shows up in the camera. It's got to be smoothed out, patched up, sanded, stained, cleaned up over there, but let's see if it plays. Let's see if it works. Well, I haven't played on number 9 strings in a long time. Let's see what it sounds like. Ooh, that's weird. Alright, let's see how it does on finger picking. Very awkward using 9s compared to Alright, so what we've got is, I'm hoping this shows up in the video, I don't really know, PL8X premium glue that I bought, and some paint thinner, which kind of helped, kind of didn't, and about 2 weekends total to make this whole thing work, maybe 3-4 hours maximum. The biggest problem, as I said, was trying to... Ooh, wow, these strings are small. Okay, the biggest problem was trying to hold this thing together until it dried. It seems to be standing up to the tension of the strings, and that's a good thing. I believe I just saved myself $300 by spending about $25 at Home Depot to buy some glue and some mineral spirits, and I forget what else I bought. So, yeah, I guess you can repair a headstock that you break, if you're lucky. I consider myself extremely lucky now. I don't know how long this is going to hold up for. I don't know if it's going to stand up to the tension when I put on the number 12 strings, but this repair did work. And I'm going to go edit tons and tons of video and hopefully make this into something useful for people. And if you got any questions, feel free to leave me comments and watch my other videos. And good luck with your repair. Yeah, when this happened to me, I was pretty pissed off, very upset, and I thought, if this thing's going in the garbage can, I'm spending some money to see if I can fix it, and as of right now, it's working. So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, people.